sing my song. I just wanna run and not be gone too long, 'cause this time is precious still. I wanna keep it close to me. I'm wishing on a star to make more time to see. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. You can always dream. No one's taken that from you. Only you can see it through, just like the way you do. So feed it from your soul and weigh it from both sides. The fulcrum and the tides will give direction that you'll know. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. When you make the time, it's a game of give and take. When the balance is at stake, you need to take a look inside. Look deep into your heart and remember how it feels. It's where the answer lies and tells you what is real. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming.
Welcome. Good morning, Celebration Center. Thank you for being here today, and know that we have a wonderful service for you. My name is Faith Woods, and I am on today. So I'll be doing most of the hosting and practitioner and speaking, and you get to see a lot of me. So just sit back and enjoy. If you're online and in the chat, if you put your information in there, we can send you messages as they come out, or you can go to our website, celebrationcenter.org, and put your information in there, and we can send you information about future events. So, as our practitioner Rena always says, we have a wonderful service for you, and we do, because we have beautiful music with Susan Rowe. We have a great service coming up and a Tell Us section afterwards. So with Tell Us, you're invited to stand up and say anything you want about what inspired you during the service. I have some question prompts for you, but it's time for us just to share our personal experiences of the topic and what we might be going through. So announcements coming up. We have a monthly healing circle right after service today. If you'd like to join us, that would be good. It's based on Lynn McTaggart's work with the Power of Eight. And we do this each Tuesday evening also, and have found it very powerful. We've been doing this for several years now. Next week, we have coffee and cookies after gathering. So bring some cookies to share with other people and just enjoy the time of visiting. 2 special events in June. We have a constellation workshop coming up. Harrison Ford, who's sitting right over here, and you can, Harrison Ford. I have done that before. Harrison Snow. I kind of elevate him to or maybe not. I don't know based on what you think about Harrison Ford. He's doing a constellation workshop. So his work has been well received. He's internationally known, and it's going to be here in person, June 14th, 1 to 5:30. It's $35 for CSL attendees, and you can check with him after service and find out more information about that. You can also check the newsletter, because this constellation work can solve personal and professional issues of all kinds. It's very powerful. The next special event is guitar lessons with Lynn Hollyfield after service on June 29th. And that's always just kind of exciting and fun to do, and people are kind of drawn to that. It's usually a smaller group, but if you're interested, bring your guitar. She'll teach you something. I also want to draw your attention to the fact that we have a bookstore out in the lobby area, and we have a lending library here behind this door. People don't recognize that sometimes, but there are many brilliant books in there, and we're willing to have you take them, read them, and return them if you can. So take advantage of those things. And I think that's all for announcements. So I would like to read you something that I found in a book called Emerging Strategy. It's a powerful book. I would have never heard of it, but someone recommended it, and I found it. So it says, as part of our liberation, the earth teaches us that everything, everything, is connected. The soil needs rain, organic matter needs air. The soil needs air and worms and life in order to do what it needs to do to give and receive life. Each element is an essential component. Organizing takes humility and selflessness and patience and rhythm, while our ultimate goal of liberation will take many expert components. Some of us build and fight for land or healthy bodies, healthy relationships, clean air, water, homes, safety, dignity, and humanizing education. Others of us fight for food and political prisoners and abolition and environmental justice. Our work is intersectional and multifaceted. Nature teaches us that our work has to be nuanced and steadfast. And more than anything, we need each other. At our highest natural glory, we need each other in order to get free. That's by Dara Cooper. So please join me in just taking a breath. And perhaps downcasting your eyes and getting centered for just a moment. Because as we breathe together in and out, perhaps taking a long breath in and holding it, gently letting it out, we begin to synchronize with each other's energy. And today, this is about being as one, the oneness of humanity. Who are we in this space? And so I just give thanks for each person here in this time together and invite you to sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. And so it is. And so it is. Please know you're also invited to stay after service today just to talk and join the healing circle later if you would like to. Now I would like to introduce Susan Rowe. Her songs reflect her belief in mysterious love and her faith in things she cannot see. Resounding themes include love, loss, and human connection. Influenced by such artists as Joni Mitchell, Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen, Hank Williams, and George Gershwin, some of my favorites, she has eclectic taste and it shines through her music. Her songs are boosted by her well-executed arsenal of potent guitar work and piano finesse. And we're going to miss the piano piece today, but we're going to enjoy this with a variety of rhythm styles that seem inevitably perfect for each song. Susan Rowe.
There you go. Thanks for having me. I found out about your church through Lynn, who was a friend of mine, and she invited me. I think I've been here maybe two times other than this, and I love the spirit here. This is a song I wrote when I was a worship leader at Chevy Chase United Methodist. It's called Sabbath Song. Day after day, we put one foot in front of the other. Night after night, we fall asleep watching TV. Well, it seems to me now, there's this question of how anyone could hear you, Lord, when you call. But Lord, won't you call with your Sabbath song? Calm my heart, I am listening. Speak your truth in my life when I kneel in prayer. Will I find you there, calling me into your peace with your Sabbath song? So what can we do? There seems to be no easy answer. How can we find the promises promised to us? Well, the children of God should be happy, and yet there's trouble all around us. But there's a song in the air. It's always been there. With your Sabbath song, calm our hearts, so we're listening. Speak your truth in our lives when we kneel in prayer. We will find you there, calling us into your peace with your Sabbath song. We've been hustling and trusting the wrong things to fill us, and we end up more empty inside. So we turn to you for a new point of view, and we find your Sabbath song calms our hearts. So we're listening. Speak your truth in our lives when we kneel in prayer. You were always there, calling us into your peace with your Sabbath song. Your Sabbath song. Your Sabbath song. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Ah, I needed that. That was like my praying. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So we have a vision statement coming up, and our beautiful tech crew of Ivor and Aiden are going to find that on the screen. And if you would say that with me, will you say that for me? Will you say that with me? We are awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. That is a big vision that we have. Awakening humanity. And so from today's reading in our Science of Mind magazine, Reverend Raymond Anderson is doing the daily guides. If you have not experienced him, he's pretty powerful. And so I'm going to read today's reading for the practitioner part. And Ernest Holmes says, "And so we suffer not because suffering is imposed on us, but because we are ignorant of its true nature." So the title of this is, "I See Your True Colors." I think Ernest Holmes would agree there are times when people impose suffering, abuse, and trauma on others. Simply avoiding being a cause of anyone's suffering is not enough. We need to help them heal. For years, as a result of many traumas I experienced from as far back as I can remember, I hated myself and nearly everything about my life. I surrendered daily from the intrusive thoughts of suicidal ideations until one day it dawned on me that I had become the tormentor and bringer of suffering. I had adopted the belief that if I did it to myself first, others couldn't do it to me. That shifted one day when I was hired to interpret an event where vocalists would be singing True Colors, while on stage interpreting the line, "So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow." I had a life-changing breakthrough. It started when I saw various people, including the deaf audience members, brought to tears. I felt myself holding back tears. Why was I about to cry? It dawned on me at that moment I was using the tools of my abusers and bullies against myself. I had been conditioned to stifle my own true colors, to refuse them freedom to be seen by anyone else, especially myself. As individualizations of spirit, we are beautiful, colorful beings, meant to thrive. Today we recognize this truth as we inspire others to do so as well. The affirmation he has is, "I acknowledge and celebrate my true colors. As I share them with the world, they heal and inspire others to do the same until the collective consciousness is colorfully whole." So I invite you just to take a sacred breath. And once again, downcast or close your eyes, whatever is comfortable. Knowing again as we breathe together, we begin to come together as one. And it is from this place of oneness that I speak this word. Knowing there is one divine, one spirit, one creative action that is taking place here and now. While it looks to us like there is some of us are separate from one another, or we're all separate from one another, we are actually part of something so much bigger. And we come together with this knowing and awareness that there is peace in this world, that there is love in this world. And I know that this reverberates through each person here today. This love and this peace just simply reverberates within ourselves, within our atoms, until we take that breath and say, yes, yes. And we celebrate the truth of our being, of our knowing. Because each one of us, I know that I am connected to that spirit, and I therefore know you are part of that as well. And so as we celebrate this oneness today, I just give thanks for each person here who has ever been here, who will ever be here. We celebrate life itself. And in great gratitude for this knowing and understanding, I just simply say yes to the words that are put into a space we call the law that says yes, yes. And I release it and let it come to fruition, and so it is. And we're going to have another piece of special music. Welcome back, Susan. Yeah.
So I'm from this area. I lived in the DC, Virginia area for 10 years before moving to Nashville, and I grew up in Southern Maryland. So it's nice to be home. I wrote this song, it's called Bring Back the Beautiful. And it's funny, recently I pitched it to a publisher in Nashville, and they were like, well, the beautiful's still here. And it is. I mean, today's a perfect example. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. It's one of those, almost feels like more like a May day in Maryland and Virginia. But this isn't about that. It's more about the beautiful as far as our interactions with others, as far as the foundation that we build our world on in our lives. I see songwriting as a spiritual practice, and I think it's interesting that in a way we're kind of imitating God in creation when we create things ourselves. I don't usually tell song stories, but a little bit about this is I was in the car on the way grocery shopping, and Linda Ronstadt's brother, I don't know if you know her, she's a very, very wonderful, famous pop singer who now has, I think, MS. So she can't sing anymore, but it was an interview with her brother who was also musical. Turns out the whole family's musical. And he was working on a record, and though she can't sing, she was producing it. And the interviewer said, what's it like working with your sister? And he said, well, she's my sister, so there's that. But then she's Linda. So he said, she just has such a great ear. We had done this one piece, and it was the third take. And if you know music and musicians, the third take often is the magical take. He felt very good about it. And he said, Linda, what do you think? And there I'm driving along down the road. And she leans into the mic, he said, and she said, that was great. That was really good. Let's do it one more time. But this time, let's bring back the beautiful. And my little songwriter antenna went up and said, that's a song. And I wrote it fairly quickly. And it's about the tumult that our country is in and how I miss that beautiful. I don't know anyone who thinks the road we're on is going anywhere but down, down, down. Gray skies keep showing up in almost all my songs, so close to giving up. It's moment to moment. So many people are talking for God. It sure seems like they should be listening. Oh, bring back the beautiful. Bring back the who we are. Bring back the hope we have for this dying star. We're in trouble right now. Need us a miracle. If it could be just one thing, bring back the beautiful. Sing a song that breaks my heart, sung to a night that never ends. We've fallen in the dark, we can't get up again. Who called this raging storm? We did by our own hand. Not blame enough for everyone who doesn't understand that out of the shadows and into the light is the only way left that's worth going. Oh, bring back the beautiful. Bring back the who we are. Bring back the one kind word for the aching heart. We're in trouble right now. Nothing short of a miracle could save us from ourselves. Bring back the beautiful. Now every song I sing, I'm looking up. And every moon that shines for me, shines for you, my love. Somewhere a place for us, if we have tears enough to just bring back the beautiful. Remembering who we are stardust, golden hearts of fire. It would be such a sweet surprise, nothing short of a miracle. If it could be just one thing, bring back the beautiful. If it could be just one thing, bring back the beautiful. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We're talking about Pride Month today. We're talking about it's June. And there's quite a list of events that happen in this month. But Father's Day and Pride Month are probably the two most well known. And the theme of the month is living in color, living color. How many remember when color TV came in? Yep, color TV. That was a big thing. And boy, I was taught, you turn the TV on and off and you don't mess around with anything. Because that could mess it up. So consequently, people of my era are hesitant to push buttons on computers, TVs, radio, anything, because we were taught better. Now, some of you who are of the male variety may have been taught, you could do that, but not me. My brothers were older, so I think they got to play more. But back to Pride Month. Pride Month has always been about resilience, courage, and values, and those values are good for all of us, right? It's not about just one particular person or group, but it's about resilience, courage, and hope. So Ernest Holmes inspires us to take action when he says, the world is beginning to realize that we are all one and that we are all tied together in a common life and destiny. So understanding oneness is only the beginning. The real power, our real power, comes when we choose to take action with that knowing. Maybe it's by listening more, talking less. Maybe it's by challenging biases, like my own biases. What biases do I have? Am I recognizing, challenging someone else's biases. And maybe it's for speaking up for someone who doesn't know how to find their voice. So it's speaking up for someone else who feels invisible. And I have learned that there's no action too small when it comes to fostering unity. The smile that you give another, the opening of the door, the whatever it is, there's nothing too small to foster a unification. Every conversation, every moment of empathy, and every time we choose understanding over division, we shape the world in profound ways. When we choose understanding over division. So, this is interesting. My pages got messed up. Just a minute. How did this happen? In our global vision, we see a world that works for everyone. We see people who live in alignment with their highest spiritual principle. And so here at Celebration Center, that is a goal that we have, to see this world that works for everyone. Because with our physical eyes and we go out into the world and we hear things, it doesn't always look that way. But we emphasize unity as one, with the spirit, with the divine action. So, Pride is a celebration of love, identity, and resilience. But beyond that, it is a reminder that we are all connected. No matter our backgrounds, no matter our orientations, no matter our identities, we do share a common background, and it's called humanity. Humanity is it. And I think that's one thing we could all stand up and say, I am human, right? I am human. We recognize that clearly, even from the time that we were little. We are human. We belong to a group that is different from the animals and the kittens who are greatest love sometimes. But Ernest Holmes reminds us of the deep truth that says love is within us and it cannot be destroyed. However, it can be ignored. And to the extent that we ignore it, and to the extent that we abandon love of ourselves within, we can feel like love abandoned us, that it's not here for us. Much like the reading today, when Raymond said, I realized I was the one who was bullying myself. I was doing it to myself, hoping then to escape others doing it to me, or that might not hurt as much. So when we look around really, and we look through the lens of one spirit, one mind, we can see that we are more similar than different. More similar than different. Oneness is not about erasing differences, but it's about recognizing that diversity and unity can coexist. Beyond our differences, we can coexist. And it's about seeing beyond labels and understanding that deep down we all long for the same things. We long for love, we long for belonging, and we long for acceptance. So it's a powerful reminder this month. And Pride Month now has a little bit more numbers and things in it than it used to. So it is now the 2S LGBTQIA+. And I found myself getting a little frustrated because I now have to remember more. And yet, when I read the definition of all these, I realized that this group of people express in so many different ways. If you took all of another group of people, they would all be expressing in a different way too. We all love differently, we all do things differently, and so I started just relaxing into the idea that as long as possible, I need to understand what this stands for and who's involved in it and what it means to them so that I can be more understanding and accepting of what I want to. Because if I'm not willing to let you have your own life, then I shouldn't be expecting that I should have my own, right? There's a willingness and a playfulness here that we can have. So Ernest Holmes says that life is a mirror, and we think into the mirror, and we get back what the thinker thinks. Interesting. Because if I don't think I have enough, and I'm looking in the mirror, it's coming back on me. But if I can see beyond that, and I can change my thinking, change my life. So how are we all similar? We all seek love. We all seek connection. We all have a desire to love and be loved. Another Ernest Holmes says, love is the grandest thing and drawing power on earth. It is the grandest thing, and it is drawing power on earth. So Pride Month celebrates what individuals want that we all want. It's not that anyone in this 2S LGBTQIA plus group, they're not asking for something that we don't want also. We just want the same things. We all want acceptance. We all want acceptance. Every person has probably felt the weight of judgment from other people at some point in our life. And if you're like me, we've all faced rejection at some point in our life. So this is interesting because we all want it to be accepted. We want to be free of judgment and rejection. We don't want that. So all the power of the universe is with you. It is with you. And we can feel it and know it and act upon it in ways that we don't even understand yet. Because sometimes when you dig deep into that, you feel yourself saying something or doing something that you've never done before that you know makes a difference. Another thing we've all struggled with is identity. I know I did when growing up because I didn't know if I didn't want the rejection part. I didn't want to be wrong. I had certain values that were in place in my family unit, and we followed those values. And when it came time for me to go to school, I could be a nurse, a secretary, or a teacher. I mean, we all have these things that come up in our lives where we don't know how to identify. No one ever told me I could go to the moon, become a rocket scientist, do this or that. And I don't know that it would have mattered, given who I am, but it was certainly like we're not taught sometimes to be independent and have our own identity. So we all struggle with identity at some time, whether it's questioning our sexual orientation, our career paths, our faith itself, or our life purpose. I've come to the conclusion that I just need a purpose for today. Sometimes a life purpose is like, I just need a purpose for today. What is my purpose? So we're also invited to change our thinking and change our life. And to remember that people's experiences are just different than ours. So we can ask and get clarification of what they're seeing about the same thing we're seeing. I'm not going to repeat the story, but you've probably heard about the 3 blind men and the elephant and how people see things from different perspectives. So even though we are in the same room here, Susan is seeing me in a different way than Judy is seeing me. Neither one of you can really understand what the other one is seeing. So it's just an interesting perspective, even just right up close. Right up close. Sitting next to each other in a row. We see things differently. We also all have the power to create change. When we embrace oneness, we see that change is not about fighting alone. It's really about standing together. So as we stand together, for me, it's always helpful to have someone by my side. I feel like I can be more myself, or buoyed up, or stronger, or easier. And that's why some of the marches are so powerful, where people are standing together. So Pride Month is a celebration of identity, love, and resilience. And beyond that, it's an invitation. Becomes an invitation for each of us to see our connection to others more fully, more clearly, to be able to listen, to understand, and most of all, to choose unity over division. Stand together. Holmes also reminds us that the universe is awake, alive, and aware within each of us. So today, may we walk forward not just with pride, but with compassion, with intention, and a renewed commitment to oneness that binds each one of us to each other, that just binds us together. So I'm going to invite you once again, just to take that breath. Take the breath. And we take a minute just to pause. To perhaps to say, what is my purpose today? What is my purpose? Who am I? Am I willing to accept the oneness? The oneness that we are created from something that is divine and powerful, and we are in it. It is called by so many names: spirit, divine, God, beautiful, love, peace. And yet it is here for each one of us. And so we take another breath and make a determination to not stand alone, but to stand in unity, to be with one another, to open a door that says, I want to know more about who you are. I want to know because you are part of me. We are in this together. We are humanity. And it is our truth that truly sets us free. And so we just give thanks for this knowing, this understanding, and just say yes to it. And so it is. And we're going to have a little segment called Tell Us. Tell Us. And there are some questions that are in the back of the seat pockets. And I should have them right here on my, here they are. It's a little folded piece of paper because I just didn't want everyone thinking about the same thing. Okay. So these questions. There's 4 questions on this paper. I am particularly drawn to number 3. Have you ever changed your perspective after learning about someone's life experience, and what made you shift? And 4, what action can you take, big or small, to support inclusivity and celebrate our shared humanity? Number 1 is, when you have felt oneness and truly felt connected to one another, to another person, despite differences, when have you felt oneness and truly felt that connection? And can you identify what created that sense of oneness? Is there a way you practice empathy and understanding in your personal relationships? Most of us have something going on there, don't we? Personal relationships and empathy and oneness. So we have a microphone, welcome to come up here to speak and answer to the question, or I can come to you if it's easier. I see Harrison already.
I want to get us started. Well, thank you, Reverend Faith. It's lovely, and oh wow, just to make America beautiful again. How just so adorable and so exciting. So I had a moment of a little transforming moment of oneness yesterday. I was outside of all places, an office building in Arlington. And a young woman saw somebody coming up that she must have been waiting for. And it was so cute. And she ran up, she waved, she smiled, and then she started jumping for joy. I mean, you hear that phrase, you think it's a cliche, jump for joy. But she was jumping, and she was pure joy. And I was just so taken with that, like, whoa, whoa. When's the last time I jumped for joy, or last time any of us have just been pure joy. So it was very touching to me, and I just dwelt on it. And I don't even know if we need a reason to be joyful, I don't think we really need a reason. I think that's really the essence of our self. And I notice pure joy, and maybe you'll have places where you notice pure joy. I mean, out in the nature is one place. But just letting go of all our past, my past, or any identifications, everything is constructed in identification, nationality, even gender, race. They tell it's all constructed, right? It's man-made. It can be changed. Everything, your job, your family relationship, everything you can change. We can think of something and be different. But what doesn't change? What doesn't change? That's probably what's true. And the fact that we're just existing and we have that awareness, and sometimes that awareness can be tuned in to feels of high vibration like pure joy. That's a beautiful thing, and that's kind of an amazing, miraculous thing to me, We don't really need to have something, or do something, or be something. We are that pure joy. So that's my thought. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other reflections you'd like to share?
Thank you. My name is George, and I was recently gone to many different protests, and I was on the subway, and it was packed. I mean, just packed with tourists and young kids with headphones on, and people. And it was a madhouse. And then the train was sort of stuck in Gallery Place, and it was just jam-packed, and all of a sudden I realized this woman was getting on with a stroller and a toddler and a baby, and she was just, and of course people just immediately were like, how are you going to get that stroller and this baby in here? And next thing you know, there was just this, kid that you would never think of. He looked like just a thugalicious kid, we just got up and he said, here, I'll take the stroller, and they started calling out, and people were just banding together and helping this woman and her baby and this child in this packed place where some of us had signs, and it was like, oh my, you were standing next to a Trumpy person, and but everybody was just like in this place, and we got out, and not only did we get out, but everyone was just helping this woman all make sure that she got out of the station. And I just had this moment of just finally feeling a little bit of peace in the midst of turmoil. So.
Nice. I love it when those things happen. Anyone else have something? It doesn't have to be from right now. It could be from your childhood. It could be from something that happened to you in school, or Latrice.
Good morning. Thank you for allowing me to share. Number 3 is simple for me. Have you ever changed your perspective after learning about someone's life experience and what made you shift? I went to a church where my minister told us just meet people where they are, because I used to be very judgmental. If I saw somebody with something on that didn't fit my approval, I had something to think about in my head, like, oh, did they look in the mirror when they went out? Just wasn't my business, actually. So what I have learned is just be. I don't have to judge, just like Harrison said. What made me shift is just noticing how I respond to people, whether they say anything or not. And I certainly don't have to judge. I just can have compassion. Now, that's one of my goals, just to have compassion, no matter who they are, even like people that don't have the same views I have. So compassion is a key for me. For number 3.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to say something before we? Okay. You are on.
So I love that. I love those questions. I love those answers. I work for a company it's run by a dear friend. It's called Daughterhood, and we help women who are caring for their parents. Caregivers used to never see anything about them in the news, and now it's everywhere. Oh, and so many women are the ones that bear the brunt of most of it. And this is a song about Alzheimer's is often called the long goodbye. And if you've been through it, you know that one of the most painful things in the world is to watch someone you love slowly disappear. I had and I say honor, and it really was an honor, to write this with the great Tom Passetta Rowe. Excuse me, I'm a little teared up thinking about him. One of those saintly people, won all kinds of awards, Kerrville Folk Festival, which is one of the most famous in the world. And he was one of those people that when you sat down with him, everything seemed to just settle and calm. Just this wonderful spirit. And he came to see me play once, and I said, what are you here for? And he said, I came to see you. I was like, oh. And so he suggested that maybe we should write together. Now, I have hardly ever written with other people, so I was a little daunted by that. But I had this idea, the long goodbye. And when I came to visit, we sat down, I said, well, I guess what we'll do here is we'll work on this some, and then we have the internet, we'll pass back and forth our different ideas. He's like, oh no, we're going to write a song today. So I was, but something about Tom just brought out the best in the world around him. And we wrote that song, and I've only played it once before. It was called The Long Goodbye. I brought in some flowers just for you and me. Picked from your garden, grown from your own seeds. Maybe you remember. Oh, no, no, darling, don't you cry. I'll remember for the both of us on this long goodbye. Don't your hair look nice today? Of course I remember that dress. We bought it in that little shop on down the road. I think it's closed now. To say we were younger then is just the understatement of all time. So long ago, so far away from this long goodbye. So I save my tears now for when I'm alone. And it's okay, you don't remember my name. This kind of love It's just the hardest kind of love. The hardest kind of love. But it's love just the same. You've got to believe in something. I pick you and me. In this whole world of nothing, you're still the best thing that I see. So when you can't remember who's holding your hand or why, it's just me walking beside you on this long goodbye. Amen.
Wow, another opportunity for oneness. Thank you. Thank you. So, I just want to share this one quote before we go into our offertory thing, because Brene Brown wrote in The Gifts of Imperfection, owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing we will ever do. The bravest thing we'll ever do. She goes on, and I believe that me being me is a challenge, that we are all one, and breaking free is our birthright. Breaking free of who we are is our birthright. So as I want to go into our time of offering, where is a basket on the table for gifts of offering, where your presence here is a gift to us already, and we bless each and every person here, and those who wanted to be here but maybe couldn't. And as I said before, anyone who has ever been here, we send blessings. If you are online and you would like to give, there is a QR code that you can scan, and you can go to our celebrationcenter.org website, and there is a donate button. So any way that you choose to would be welcome and appreciated. And again, just your presence is a gift. So let's bless the offerings, even though we're not actually passing a basket and putting our hands around the bounty. Let's just in our minds, I see the bounty. See the bounty of love, of truth, of beauty, of more, as it comes to Celebration Center and goes through us out into the world. Because we are the ones who take this and use it for good. We are the ones who use all of this bounty that we have, the joy, the peace, the love, the gifts that allow us to meet each week and to pass it on. We give thanks, and so it is. And so it is. And I believe, am I forgetting anything? Oh, we were supposed to say our affirmation before this, but let's say it now. The divine order and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. I don't do this part very often. Anything else? Okay, then we are set to go. We'll have a pray out song and our affirmation, and we'll be set.
So it really is nice to be here today. One of my favorite quotes, probably my favorite quote of all time, is one from Ram Dass, who said, "In the end, we're just walking each other home." And that's just so true. Go in peace, Go in peace, and may grace and mercy be your hope today, your joy tomorrow. Go in peace. Go in joy. Go in joy. May God's love for you restore your faith in all things good and true. Go in joy. Who knows what tomorrow brings? All is in the Lord's hands. I pray the maker of everything keep you safe till we meet again. Go in love. Go in love. May the Spirit lift you up and keep your heart set on things above. Go in love. Who knows what tomorrow brings? All is in the Lord's hands. I pray the maker of everything keep you safe till we meet again. Go in peace. Go in peace. And may grace and mercy be your hope today, your joy tomorrow. Go in peace. Go in peace.
I think that was kind of our affirmation, but let's stand and just as you're able, you can stand. And I always like to raise my hands up because I always like to bring that energy down. It feels good to stretch and to bring that energy down. So repeat after me. I embrace the beauty in the paradox of life. I am open to the wisdom of opposing perspectives. I go in peace. And so it is.